So, what actually happens when the spirit of cricket totally breaks down? Okay, picture this. You're standing dead center in the middle of a massive stadium. You've got tens of thousands of fans absolutely screaming. The players are pushing the very limits of their physical and mental endurance, and the tension, man, it's so thick you could literally cut it with a cricket bat. In that crazy pressure cooker environment, who is the one keeping the chaos from completely boiling over? Well, it's you.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're taking a deep dive into the official ICC rulebook, but we're going to do it from a perspective that you honestly rarely get to see. We are looking at it directly from the umpire's point of view. I am so excited to walk you through the sheer power, the incredibly strict protocols, and the massive responsibilities of officiating an international cricket match. We're going to break down exactly how you, as the absolute ultimate authority figure on the pitch, enforce those rules and keep the integrity of the game intact. Right, let's jump in.
All right, here's our pre-match briefing checklist. 1. The sole judges of play. 2. Enforcing fair play rules. 3. Handling level four misconduct. 4. The ICC Code of Conduct. And 5. Demerit points and suspensions.
Starting with Section 1, the sole judges of play, your mandate on the pitch.
Now, the ICC Playing Handbook is incredibly explicit about this. It states the umpire shall control the game with absolute impartiality. And here is the real kicker with that. Your job absolutely does not just start at the coin toss. As an elite official, depending on the format of the match, you're actually required to be present at the ground, maintaining that unshakable neutrality up to 2 full hours before the first ball is even bowled. You are literally the guardian of the match before the crowds even start taking their seats.
And that brings us to this brilliantly powerful definition. You and your partner are the sole judges of fair and unfair play. But, what does that actually mean in practice? Well, cricket is a super complex game, right? And players are constantly finding creative, sneaky new ways to try and gain an edge. So, when a player does something questionable that isn't explicitly written down in the rulebook, you don't just throw your hands up in defeat. No way. You are completely empowered to decide in that exact moment if an action is unfair. Your judgment is the final word. Period.
Moving on to Section 2. Enforcing fair play rules. Managing tactical infractions.
Okay, let's say a fielder intentionally damages the pitch with their spikes to give their spin bowler a little extra help, or maybe a team is just deliberately wasting time. What do? You don't just give a quiet warning to that one individual player. Instead, you issue a strict, first and final warning that instantly applies to the entire offending team for the rest of the match. You basically look the captain right in the eye and make it crystal clear. The whole squad is now on notice.
But what if someone on that team actually dares to test you again? Well, here is your exact escalation protocol. Step 1, you instantly summon the offending player's captain. Step 2, you formally inform them that a second unfair play offense has occurred. Step 3, you hit them where it really hurts on the scoreboard by awarding 5 penalty runs to the opposing side. And Step 4, you tell that captain that you'll be reporting the matter directly to the ICC match referee. You've basically just elevated the whole issue from a quick scolding on the pitch to a bureaucratic nightmare for their team.
And when you do make that report to the match referee, you have some serious institutional weight backing up your decisions. You aren't just one guy or girl complaining out there. You are triggering the vast, authoritative machinery of the ICC. You're the frontline enforcer, sure, but the entire system is designed from the ground up to support your on-field rulings.
Section 3, handling level 4 misconduct when the match explodes.
Now we are talking about the truly severe, match-breaking misconducts. Things like threatening to assault an umpire, making inappropriate and deliberate physical contact with you or your partner, physically assaulting a player, or committing literally any other act of violence. If any of these unthinkable acts actually happen, you don't wait around to see how the situation plays out. No, you must instantly call dead ball and time. The game stops entirely on your command.
So, you are now standing in the middle of absolute chaos, and here is exactly how you take back control. First, together with your partner, you summon the captain. Second, and honestly, this is the most extreme power you have, you firmly instruct the captain to remove the offending player from the field immediately for the remainder of the entire match. They are gone, done. Third, you award penalty runs. And fourth, you signal the official scores to lock those sanctions in.
5. I really want to emphasize this number. You instantly award 5 penalty runs to the opposing side. It's this immediate, undeniable, on-field consequence for all that chaos. Think about it.
The offending team is now down a player for the rest of the game, and they've just gifted their opponents 5 free runs. As an umpire, you've swiftly and decisively neutralized the threat and penalized the team in one fell swoop.
Section 4. The ICC Code of Conduct Off-Field Consequences.
So, because you took this step to formally report the incident, you automatically trigger a really robust disciplinary procedure. The ICC Code of Conduct is explicitly designed to deter improper conduct both on and off the field. It makes sure that matters are dealt with fairly, but with absolute certainty. Basically, you've handed the baton from the pitch over to the ICC match referee or judicial commissioner, who will then step in and run the formal disciplinary hearing.
Now, here is a kind of fascinating behind-the-scenes detail about how those hearings actually work. The standard of proof, it isn't like a strict criminal court. The match referees use a standard called comfortable satisfaction. This means the referee determines guilt on a sliding scale. For a super minor offense, it might just require a basic balance of probability. But for those extreme level 4 offenses we just talked about, they need to be comfortably satisfied beyond a reasonable doubt. And to establish the facts, they aren't bound by rigid judicial rules. They can use any reliable means necessary, like video replays and player admissions, to figure out exactly what went down when you called that dead ball.
All right, our final section. Section 5, demerit points and suspensions, the final verdict.
Take a look at this. Notice the mathematical relationship between the severity of the offense and the punishment. See how it scales? A level 1 offense might just cost a player half their match fee and maybe 1 to 2 demerit points. But jump all the way down to that level 4 violence offense we discussed earlier, they are looking at 12 or more suspension points, which can equate to fixed periods of suspension all the way up to a literal lifetime ban, plus 7 to 8 demerit points added straight to their profile. Basically, the worse the behavior you report, the heavier the financial and professional hit.
And these points, they aren't just some temporary slap on the wrist. Any demerit points assigned to a player remain on their permanent disciplinary record for a full 24 months. That is 2 whole years where that player has to walk a tightrope, knowing that accumulating any more points is going to trigger automatic, mandatory match suspensions. It's a lingering reminder of your on-field ruling.
Before we wrap up, I want to drop one last honestly surprising fact on you from the rulebook. The ICC explicitly forbids plea bargaining. Let me just say that again. No plea bargaining is permitted whatsoever. A player cannot try to negotiate a lesser charge in exchange for just admitting guilt. That rule exists to make sure that the consequences for breaking the spirit of cricket are absolute and entirely non-negotiable. If you caught them doing it, they have to face the music, the whole shebang.
Which kind of leaves us with this final question. Could you handle the pressure of the pitch? We've seen today how being an international cricket umpire requires way more than just counting to 6 and signaling a boundary. It demands absolute impartiality, rapid mental calculations, the sheer courage to stare down angry captains, and a flawless understanding of a massive legal code of conduct. It's a job of immense responsibility where your split-second decisions shape not just the outcome of a single match, but the integrity of a global sport. I really hope this explainer gave you a thrilling new appreciation for the incredible men and women in the middle. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I will catch you next time.